The year is 1941. The world watches as the flames of war engulf Europe. Nazi Germany, under the iron fist of Adolf Hitler, rampages across the continent. Poland, Denmark, Norway, Belgium, the Netherlands, France, all have fallen to the relentless Nazi war machine. Great Britain, standing alone, bravely resists the Nazi onslaught. Across the Atlantic, the United States, though officially neutral, feels the pressure of events unfolding on the world stage. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, acutely aware of the growing threat, prepares the nation for the possibility of war. The US military, however, remains scattered and ill-prepared for a global conflict. The War Department, responsible for the US Army, is itself fragmented, operating from 17 different buildings spread across the District of Columbia. This geographical separation hinders communication, coordination, and efficiency, critical elements in a rapidly escalating global crisis. The need for a centralized, dedicated headquarters for the US military becomes increasingly clear. The urgency for a consolidated War Department intensifies with each passing day. The fall of France in June 1940 sends shockwaves through the US government and military leadership. The possibility of American involvement in the war looms large. Congress, spurred by the escalating crisis in Europe, approves a massive military expansion program. The nation begins to mobilize, training and equipping a fighting force prepared to defend democracy on a global scale. This rapid military buildup necessitates a corresponding expansion of infrastructure, including a new headquarters for the War Department. The search for a suitable location begins in earnest. Several sites are considered, but one in particular emerges as the frontrunner. Arlington Farms, a tract of land situated directly across the Potomac River from Washington, D.C. This location, already owned by the government and deemed suitable for a large-scale construction project, quickly gains favor among decision-makers. On September 11, 1941, a date that would later be etched in history for a far different reason, construction begins on the Pentagon. There are no grand ceremonies, no fanfare, just the quiet hum of machinery and the clang of hammers, marking the start of an ambitious project. The world, preoccupied with the conflagration in Europe, takes little notice. The urgency of the task at hand is palpable. The United States, though not yet formally at war, prepares for the inevitable. The Pentagon, once completed, will serve as the nerve center of the nation's defense, a symbol of American resolve in the face of global tyranny. The construction crews, acutely aware of the stakes, work tirelessly, driven by a sense of patriotism and duty. Every day, the skeletal frame of the Pentagon rises from the banks of the Potomac. Concrete is poured, steel beams are riveted into place, and the five-sided behemoth begins to take shape. The sheer scale of the project is staggering, a testament to American ingenuity and determination. The attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, catapults the United States into the Second World War. The Pentagon, still under construction, takes on an even greater urgency. The War Department, now operating around the clock, desperately needs a centralized command center to coordinate the nation's war effort. Construction crews work double shifts, driven by the knowledge that every passing minute counts. Materials, some in short supply due to wartime rationing, are diverted to the Pentagon project. The construction site, illuminated by floodlights throughout the night, becomes a 24/7 hive of activity. The pressure to complete the Pentagon mounts with each passing day. The war in Europe and the Pacific intensifies, demanding swift and decisive action from the US military. The Pentagon, once operational, will play a crucial role in coordinating the Allied war effort and ultimately achieving victory.